Showers and thunderstorms diminishing in the short term, but I've got additional big-time boomers showing up for your Friday. The latest on the flood threat is just ahead.
Some planned fireworks shows in Lexington neighborhoods will not be getting off the ground this weekend because of a change in city permits.
A Whitley County mother and her boyfriend face charges after police say a toddler ended up with serious injuries.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. WKYT News starts now with First Alert Weather.
Good evening to you. They keep coming in waves. Storms packed with heavy rain have been drenching much of the bluegrass tonight.
And it is another WKYT First Alert Severe Weather Day. Looks like the threat for flash flooding will continue tomorrow, unfortunately. We begin tonight, though, with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey. He shows us what's on the First Alert Defender right now. Chris?
Yeah, you guys described it in the best possible way. Waves of showers and thunderstorms blasting the bluegrass state over the past several days. Still tracking a couple of wayward showers and thunderstorms out there this evening. Let's look back on our day, though, before we take you up close and personal on what is going on now. Look at the Lexington Mesonet site. Almost 2 inches of rain today, officially out at Bluegrass Airport. 1.3 inches of rain. Campbellsville, 1.23, a little more than an inch officially downtown Richmond. North of Richmond had a whole lot more. Moorhead just a tick under an inch. Our WKYT weather watcher, one of them from out of Georgetown, Ron Malinowski, picking up just a little over a half inch of rainfall, but also getting this gorgeous shot during the afternoon. The heaviest rains today right across parts of the Bluegrass region, but a far cry from our neighbors to the southwest. Look at the heavy rains around Bowling Green. We've had reports of between 5 and 6 inches coming out of western Kentucky on the day. With a saturated ground and more rains to come, flash flood watch continues in effect for most of central and eastern Kentucky. Late this evening, things were calm. All of a sudden, a thunderstorm blowing up here on the Pulaski and Laurel County line. Folks into the Keavy area, London, East Bernstadt, thunder rolling in the distance. That thunder getting ready to be right on top of downtown London. Not a whole lot in the Lexington Bluegrass region, though an isolated shower thunderstorm trying to pop just to our west. That is a sign, guys, of additional rounds of showers and thunderstorms to come tomorrow, courtesy of an area of low pressure that is basically right on top of Missouri. That means the thunderstorm action increases tomorrow. We will track your weekend forecast, including the 4th, with a new hour-by-hour outlook in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Chris. We're always tracking storms on WKYT.com, and you can too. You can use an interactive radar to zoom all the way into your neighborhood. Download the WKYT News and Radar apps to keep up with the weather when you're on the go. And share your pictures and video with us. Email them to eyewitness@WKYT.com or use the hashtag KYWeather. Now, for many people, it's an important part of the Independence Day celebrations, fireworks. But one Lexington neighborhood says its annual fireworks display has been grounded.
Neighborhood leaders blame a new permitting process that makes getting insurance coverage too expensive. Monique Blair talked to city leaders about the change. It's our top story at 11.
In March, the Lexington Fire Marshal changed the permitting process for fireworks displays to now require a minimum of $5 million insurance coverage, up from the previous minimum of $1 million.
No one can predict the future, but certainly we want to be prudent. The safety of the people in Lexington is important to us.
District 10 Councilwoman Amanda Mays Bledsoe says the intention of this change was because the cost and values of homes are going up, but says she will discuss with county government whether or not the new minimum should apply to the smaller groups putting on firework displays.
I will make a motion to put it in committee to at least discuss whether or not that's the best practice for Lexington. If we want to have a $5 million for our neighborhoods or for the smaller church neighborhood group, if that's best or if maybe that should be a little bit lower.
I'm told hundreds of people come out each year to the Firebrook fireworks celebration on 4th of July, but the neighborhood won't be having that celebration this year because of the new insurance regulations.
It's just really disappointing that we couldn't do it, and hopefully the premium will go down.
Firebrook had to cancel Saturday's show because the insurance policy was too expensive. The city says the minimum was raised to ensure residents' safety. But Eli Mashney says he always feels safe with the show in his neighborhood.
They spend about 4 or 5 hours setting up. The entire area is caution taped. You've got skilled professionals doing it. You can go to Kroger or somewhere and get fireworks and do more damage to yourself than a professional.
In Lexington, Monique Blair, WKYT.
City leaders say the insurance policy can be carried by either those setting off the fireworks or the organization hosting the event. On WKYT.com, we have a complete list of July 4th celebrations all around the Bluegrass.
New tonight, police need your help finding a man they say abused his girlfriend's toddler son. The Whitley County Sheriff's Office has an arrest warrant for 25-year-old Kenneth Bird. He's facing a criminal abuse charge. Deputies say the 17-month-old boy's mother, Felicia Smith, initially told them the boy fell off a porch, but they say she later changed the story, claiming Bird abused the child.
The child woke him up and he started punching the child in the face and then twisted his left arm behind his back.
Police say the child had a broken arm and bruising to his face, but is expected to recover. Police also charged Smith with criminal abuse. They say she waited a day before getting her son medical help.
Tonight, the ACLU has filed a lawsuit against the Rowan County clerk over her decision to stop issuing marriage licenses. Kim Davis said the U.S. Supreme Court's ruling legalizing same-sex marriage goes against her beliefs. The ACLU filed the lawsuit on behalf of 4 Rowan County couples who were denied marriage licenses. The Casey County clerk told us today he's also stopped issuing marriage licenses for the same reason. Casey Davis wrote a letter to the governor saying the Supreme Court ruling put him in a, quote, prison.
If I can't do it for a same-sex couple, then unfortunately I can't do it for an opposite-sex couple.
Davis says he also received plenty of angry emails over the decision. The governor ordered all county clerks to issue marriage licenses regardless of their beliefs. Davis says he's worried his stance will end his term early, but he says his beliefs outweigh the job.
New tonight, westbound I-64 in Shelby County has reopened hours after a deadly crash. It happened this afternoon near the Simpsonville exit. Police say a car ran off the interstate and hit a tree. They say that one adult was killed. Another adult and 2 children were taken to the hospital. Police say they all have serious injuries. Police are trying to figure out what caused the crash. We have some new information tonight about a crash that injured 2 Johnson County Sheriff's deputies. Police say Deputy John Dale lost control of his cruiser. It hit a tractor trailer and an embankment on the Mountain Parkway in Morgan County this afternoon. The sheriff says Dale had some broken ribs but was treated and released from the hospital. He says the passenger, Deputy Danny Martin, was thrown from the cruiser but did not suffer any serious injuries.
We have new developments tonight in the case of 2 men accused of killing a University of Kentucky student. Today, Efren Diaz Jr. and Justin Smith both pled not guilty to murder and robbery. The Fayette County grand jury indicted them last week. Police say the victim, Jonathan Kruger, was shot while walking down East Maxwell Street in April. A third person, 17-year-old Roman Gonzalez Jr., also faces murder and robbery charges. He'll be arraigned next week.
Lexington police have released surveillance video showing a smash and grab theft at a jewelry store. This video coming from Jared on West Reynolds Road the night of June 19th. Police say the 2 men smashed open a glass case and grabbed jewelry. They ran off with a third man who was waiting at the front door. Police say the 3 men left in a maroon Dodge Caravan. They say the men stole thousands of dollars in jewelry. Police have not made any arrests.
New tonight, a Lexington security company is warning its customers about an imposter. Bates security officials say someone named Justin is going around the Hamburg area claiming to be one of their representatives. The man says he was sent to help customers learn how to use their security systems. They say he also wears an ID badge, but they don't know what it says. Bates Security says this man does not work for them. They say their employees will always have a company ID and most have company branded vehicles.
New tonight, it appears that Aetna is close to a deal to buy Louisville-based insurance company Humana. The Wall Street Journal reports the deal could be signed as soon as tonight and announced in the coming days. Experts say that Humana is worth nearly $29 billion. Humana has not commented on reports of a possible sale. Major 4th of July holiday parades, fireworks, and special events around this country will have extra security this weekend.
It comes after the government issued a warning of an increased terror threat. Craig Boswell has the latest.
Security will be beefed up at landmarks, airports, and special events across the U.S. for the 4th of July weekend. The FBI and Department of Homeland Security issued a bulletin last week that warns of an increased threat of ISIS-inspired attacks over the holiday weekend. One DHS official said there is no specific credible intelligence about an attack, but noted ISIS has called for attacks against members of the military, law enforcement, the U.S. government, and the American public. Officials say they are on the lookout for lone wolf-type attackers who follow ISIS online.
We're monitoring social media because it has become a place for tipping and queuing for terrorist activity.
In New York City, an extra 7,000 cops will patrol July 4th fireworks and other events. The NYPD will also use spotters, snipers, and mobile cameras.
We see ourselves as the target. We understand that. We accept that. And we're going to prevent against this.
Security will also be tight here in Washington at the National Mall, where thousands will gather Saturday night for fireworks.
Extra security adds a level of confidence for crowds.
Officials say people should still enjoy holiday festivities, but should also remain vigilant and report any suspicious activity. Craig Boswell, CBS News, Washington.
CBS News has learned more than a dozen teams of special TSA agents will be working at major transportation hubs in the coming days. Kentucky State Police want to make sure you stay safe on the roads this holiday weekend. Their holiday enforcement period begins at 6 tomorrow night and continues through Sunday night. They say they'll be going after dangerous drivers.
Unfortunately, the 4th of July is one of the drunkest holidays when it comes time for people to be consuming alcohol and deciding to get behind the wheel. So we will be out in force.
State police say 10 people died in crashes on Kentucky roads during the 4th of July holiday period last year. They say if you see anyone driving dangerously, be sure to give them a call.
Tonight, firefighters say a fire sparked by a train derailment in Tennessee is now out. They say they're waiting for the train to cool down before assessing the situation. The train carrying hazardous materials derailed late last night in Maryville, just south of Knoxville. Emergency crews evacuated 5,000 people living nearby. No word on when the evacuation order could be lifted. A proposed needle exchange program in Lexington is closer to becoming a reality. Our news partners at the Herald Leader report tonight that the Urban County Council unanimously approved a resolution establishing the program. The program could begin as early as Labor Day weekend. It would give clean needles to drug users at the health department on Newtown Pike. The program is aimed at stopping the spread of diseases like HIV and hepatitis.
New tonight, a Franklin County distillery is celebrating an expansion. Buffalo Trace Distillery cut the ribbon on its larger visitor center tonight. Distillery leaders say they had to grow to keep up with demand. They say more visitors are stopping by every year.
Which is wonderful for us to be able to do because it's a sure sign that what we set out to do with tourism has been a success.
Buffalo Trace also celebrated the renovations of the old Taylor House nearby. That house was built in 1792 and recently went through a year and a half of repairs.